This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news, Grand Bahamas tourism sector reporting a successful 2014 as it's said to be headed for a rebound. Tonight, a leading tourism executive is forecasting an even better year ahead. Sabrina Brown has our top story.
Ministry of Tourism's Director for the Northern Bahamas, Betty Bethel, says 2014 was a good year for the sector on Grand Bahama. In fact, she says the year ended on a high note.
The last quarter of 2014 landed us with a 30% increase in air arrivals, and of course with very high occupancies, average occupancies of our hotels. And that is the way that any tourism destination wants to end their year. And what it does is set the tone for the beginning of the new year.
Bethel says the opening of Memories Resort early last year was a major factor in tourism's overall success in 2014.
There has been an injection of more than $60 million into the Grand Bahama economy as a result of our newly formed relationship with Sunwing through the arrival of cities out of Canada and, of course, the Memories brand property that has maintained a very good occupancy. So just that alone is an indicator that Grand Bahama is well on its way.
While the tourism executive is optimistic about the year ahead, she's anticipating a strong first quarter.
This is a bigger, a larger, a newer vessel that's going to offer an even better experience on the cruise over. The schedule will remain as it has been every other day into Grand Bahama from Palm Beach. In addition to that, the Balearia, which is our daily cruise ferry out of Fort Lauderdale, now comes back on stream with more than 50% increase in capacity, moving from 450 passengers to 1,000.
There is also new airlift in the pipeline for Grand Bahama.
We've established ourselves in the Canadian market. We're moving into 2015 with 8 gateways. As a matter of fact, 4 of those gateways will now be year-round cities out of Canada. So that's very exciting moving into 2015.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, hotelier Rambert Albury has been appointed the new executive vice president of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board. Albury has more than 30 years of experience in the tourism business and previously served as a consultant with the board. In his new position, Albury will be responsible for the day-to-day oversight of the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, marketing initiatives for Grand Bahama, directing sales and marketing plans for the destination as a whole. He will manage all airlift programs and provide key financial analysis for the destination. A press statement issued by the Tourism Board notes that Albury's appointment comes at a time when Grand Bahama's tourism economy is showing true signs of a renaissance. And over in Bimini, that island witnessed unprecedented tourism growth in 2014. The resurgence was fueled by Resorts World, and many believe the mega investment will continue to spur increased numbers. As Megan Shepard tells us, this year tourism officials are targeting family business.
Prescott Young was appointed senior manager for the Bimini Tourism Office over a year ago and is already making positive strides. He says when it comes to family-oriented events, the plan is to implement holistic activities that will enhance the community.
We want to be able to create green spaces where families can come and sit with their children and talk about what it was like in Bimini many years ago. We're also looking at a heritage trail which speaks to all of the rich cultural heritage of Bimini, which will really add and make it much more meaningful. A lot of stories are told about Bimini, but we believe when we showcase them on storyboards such as Ponce de Leon, the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and many other characters, we feel as though once persons learn about them, it would add value to what the destination has to offer.
He notes that Bimini's tourism product is growing by leaps and bounds. He says this is considered the off-season, and they are operating at around 40%. But they hope to continue the growth pattern so that the entire year will be considered peak season.
We have a fairly new product coming on stream with the Resorts World Bimini, the new hotel that they will bring on stream. What this will add to Bimini is a larger number of leisure tourists Bimini has been known over the years to deal with boaters, persons who come on their yachts to do the fishing, but now we'll have a leisure traveler who's coming to learn about the destination, to walk about the community, learn about the culture, learn about our food. So this will add a new dimension to our tourism offering here in Bimini.
Bimini ranks high when it comes to sports fishing, and that's one of the reasons for its high rate of repeat visitors. Young says Bimini has discovered its niche, and the rest of the Bahamas should develop their unique attractions.
Bimini is so special because it's a small island, and so you get that one-on-one contact. But what some of the larger islands can do is work in individual communities, place themselves in different geographical locations, capitalize on what they have to offer, make it special, continue to celebrate it at a very high level so that people will have confidence in the culture, and they will continue to come back and experience, because every time they come they get the same experience or it's taken to another level, and this is what contributes, I believe, to a higher repeat level of tourism in the Bahamas.
Bimini's senior tourism manager says it is important for all Bahamians to appreciate, showcase, and grow their tourism product in order to keep the Bahamas at the forefront of the world travel market. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Now to the island of Abaco, where the Minister of Immigration is continuing his immigration tour. The Minister Mitchell, and a contingent bringing insight on the government's new immigration policy that took effect in November and how this policy will impact the Abacos. Tonight we will focus on the Marsh Harbor District. On the second leg of the immigration tour, Immigration Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, made a stop in the Marsh Harbor area. That is where he met with leaders of the community and heads of the various government departments. Those in attendance listened attentively to the minister's message that everyone who lives in this country must be properly documented. Mitchell admitted that this immigration problem did not occur overnight, but something must be done.
In this stage, and I've said this to my political colleagues, there is no choice, in my view, if you want the policy to succeed, but to grin and bear it, and to grit your teeth until you break the back of it. And once you break the back of it, then it will be fairly smooth sailing after that. It therefore requires a balancing act in the way we conduct our affairs. The policy must be strictly enforced, but at the same time, the immigration officers themselves are told and advised that their constitutional authority only goes so far, and it does not extend to inhumane behavior.
The new administrative policies dictate that no applications will be accepted by the Department of Immigration from persons who have no legal status in the Bahamas. Everyone must have a passport of their nationality and evidence that they have permission to live and work here. And persons born in the Bahamas to non-Bahamian parents can apply for a resident belonging permit. Residents of Abaco agree with the policies, and they say for many years they have had concerns about the immigration problem on the island.
My concerns is that one day we'll be overpopulated, and we don't want no one to take the Bahamas from us. So it is not the matter of we have Asians that's been here for years and years, and they're very good people, especially the ones from Port-au-Paix. They are good, decent people. But the problem that we have is the ones that's coming in. We can't afford more to come in. And they're coming in by the droves, 100 at a time.
One of the biggest problems that we have is that we've become a passive destination where they believe that you can come, blend in, and nothing's going to happen. That's the impression, because their populations are so large. Once they get here, they know they can settle and have nobody bother them.
We do need a certain amount of labor force, and they have particularly of the Asian nationality has provided a significant contribution in helping to build where we are today. But we have to do it within the guidelines of the law. You just cannot do it any old way. And the time has come because of a lot of pressures that is being placed on the government, not only within our country, but outside of our country. And we just have to make the right decisions and do the right things in a humane way, and to where we build our country to build a better country.
Minister Mitchell confirmed that within the next 90 days, there will be increased enforcement procedures throughout the island of Abaco. Residents say they hope the efforts are consistent and sustained.
I agree with what the immigration are doing. It has to be done. We're the second citizens in our own country. So I am pleased with the outcome of the meeting. Very good. But I just wish more people would have spoken out.
I think the minister was forthright. He has a position, he's standing by that position, and he wants the Bahamians to understand exactly where he is headed with this, in the sense that someone has to begin to do something serious to lower the amount of illegals in the Bahamas.
Well, police are on the lookout tonight for 2 persons who are wanted for questioning on separate criminal charges. The search is on for 19-year-old Justin George Lundy, a car washer and carpenter who is wanted on charges of shop breaking and sacrilege. Police say Lundy is known to live at a few addresses: Custard Apple Street in Pinehurst Loop and Alexis Drive in Imperial Park. He is of brown complexion, thin build, 130 pounds with a goatee. Police say if you know where Justin George Lundy is, you should approach him with caution. Tonight, police are also seeking information on the whereabouts of 29-year-old Rolanda Duristel, a.k.a. Rose Duristel, a.k.a. Rose Barastel, a.k.a. Rolanda Yagnes, and Rose Yagnes. She is a straw vendor by profession and lives at Sunshine Apartments on Sergeant Major Road, here in Freeport, as well as the Mud in Abaco. She is wanted on the charge of causing grievous harm and is considered armed and extremely dangerous. If you can help police locate Justin George Lundy or Rolanda Duristel, a.k.a. Rose Duristel, you should call 911-352-1919 or 350-3106. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.